Hey, yo, it's Nokutu here with another comic haul. First, I want to start off by saying thanks to everyone who has taken their time to watch my videos and post a comment. I appreciate it. I know I just posted a video and I thought I would do another one since I had the time. So let's just get started. So, what do we have here? So, we have here a free promotion from DC Comics. This came out around, I believe, Halloween of last year. And what this is a paper mask. You can punch out the eyes and you can wear the mask. And the stores were giving them away. The LCS where I that I live in the town that I live, he never got this, and I asked him if he had any because the stores were limited one per customer. And you know, I picked the Joker. Obviously, as my first pick. That's an awesome Tim's version of the Joker, right? Bruce Tim, and so I figured, hey, why not? Why not take that? And I called the other LCS to see if he had any. He said he doesn't. He didn't even know what I was talking about. The owner that had this one said she didn't know. They were just kind of given to her when she got her comics. It was just included. And so I was like, oh, that's cool. So I went back the following week to see what else they had, and she still had some masks left. Batman was already gone. But she had a couple others, and so I said, can I have these? And she said, yeah, no one else took them. It's a week now. They're a week old. You can have whatever's left. So I said, cool. So then I took the Catwoman, and this one obviously is done by Joelle Jones. Joelle Jones, Catwoman. I think they're awesome. I can see these going up in value one day, particularly since I didn't punch the eyes out and wear it. I did put them in Mylar. This is a magazine size Mylar. Came out in October 2020. So that I think is an awesome piece of comic collectible there. So what else do I want to show? How about that? Let's leave the Joker up there because I think the Joker one is freaking awesome. That's just awesome. All right. So what else do I want to show? All right. A few videos ago, I posted about me ordering this comic on an eBay purchase. I ordered it even before it really sold out and got. Well, no, it had sold out. But before it really got really high, this was actually even before it got released, or the day of release. And I really like the artist, but this book here sold out immediately. Star Wars: The High Republic #1. Now I was lucky enough to get the 1 in 10 and the cover A, but this is the cover that I wanted, and no one had it. The LCS that was located in my area, he had gotten 2 copies. Apparently, I didn't know this was a 1 in 10, but it's apparently a 1 in 10 ratio. So he had 2 copies, but he was keeping it for his own personal collection. So I got none. I ordered it on eBay, and then after the book was released, the seller told me that he didn't actually get it. He was selling them for $20 a piece. I don't know if there was some buyer remorse and he was telling me the truth. He said that he's never had it before where his supplier didn't give him where he ordered it from, didn't give him his book. You whether he was, being honest or not, because at that time they were going for 25, $50, even higher for, 39 was an easy sell. There's no way I could prove it. And so I said, whatever, man. I mean, in the end, it's just a comic. And this got reissued. I was able to pick this up actually at Midtown for $22 shipped. So this will stay in my personal collection. I think it's an awesome cover by Stephanie Hans. Love Yoda being on the cover. And I can't even remember what this character's called. She's a character that first appeared in Kylo Ren #3. That's the reason why that book goes for some money, but that's her right there. So I think that might be her first cover appearance. And here's the third printing that came out last Wednesday, or the third printing of Star Wars: High Republic #1. Some other hot books that I got on last Wednesday: Ice Cream Man #23, nice color splash with that. Love the cover. I'm not sure if I've shown this before. I think I have. I found it in my stacked bag, and so I thought I'd show it again if I've shown it before. The Adam Hughes homage of Captain Marvel #1. Patriotica. Patriotica. I guess that's how you say it. Patriotica. United #1. Also great cover. Also covered by Marvel. Captain Marvel #23. I like the color splash. Found a cover price copy of Thor #2, 6th printing. Got this for $1, which is Lando Calrissian, Chris Tyler figure variant. I think Lando Calrissian, one of the things I thought about when I bought this book, Chadwick Boseman had died, and I remember how his books with his image on it did go up in price. And Billy Dee Williams is one of those actors, kind of like Harrison Ford, where they're going to pass away soon, and those books are going to go up. So anytime I can find a Lando Calrissian cover with his photo on it, of late I've been trying to pick them up. Last video I showed you some 50-cent sales. I got this for cover price, or 20% off of $3.99, so $3.20. Mace Windu #4, the first cameo appearance of Ahsoka Tano. And, that's, what, $20 book? It's not the money book, #5, first full appearance, but for cover price minus 20%, definitely well worth it. Same as this book here, that was on the rack for cover price minus 20%, so $3.21. Star Wars Adventures #7, cover A. It's not in their mint, probably VF. But for $3.20, it's worth it all day. I mean, this book goes for $20 in mint, as high as $60 or $70, to be honest. At the store that I bought the Amazing 300 that I showed last video, this book was on their wall for $60, which I thought was a little high. But that's what my point is, the potential. Star Wars Adventures cover B, #3 with Darth Maul. Bought that only for the cover. Found another copy of Miss Marvel, Magnificent Miss Marvel, #13, 2nd printing, first appearance of Amulet, for cover price, which I thought was a decent deal. This came out this past Wednesday, covered by, which when I got, I had dropped Suicide Squad off my pull list. But when I saw this cover, I thought, that's a pretty good cover. That's, cover B for Suicide Squad. I don't even know who this is by. But I like the cover, particularly as we know John Cena is going to be playing Peacemaker in the Suicide Squad, and there's rumors that he's getting his own show. So I picked it up. I did thumb through it, and the story's actually not bad. It was good enough that I'll pick up issue #2, regardless of the cover, just to read it. Another cover by Demon Days X-Men #1 by Mark Brooks. Beautiful cover. I like this cover actually way more than I like the Peach Momoko cover. This is her first, to my knowledge, her first interiors Peach Momoko as well as writing. So we'll see what it does. Daredevil, third printing, number 26. Great cover. Also cover price. Got these two books a couple weeks ago. Guardians of the Galaxy, number 11. David Finch, 1 in 50. Beautiful Silver Surfer cover. Bought it clearly for the cover. What's funny is I debated about buying it. Maybe it's not funny. Actually, it's not funny because it made me mad. But there were 3 books that were high ratio, that were kind of pricey. And usually, I buy books in the ratio version or the ratio variants from Midtown, simply because the LCS locally, none of them really order enough books in volume to get the higher ratio books. So I keep a small pull list from Midtown just so that I can get access to the variants that they may have. Now, this was a 1 in 50. And I like the cover a lot, but it was going for $54 on Midtown, which usually I'm not really keen on paying above ratio, even though it was $4. But I liked it enough. It's a popular enough character where I said, okay, I'll take the risk. It did come in near mint. Love the cover. Same for this one, Miles Morales, 1 in 50 by David Finch. What it kind of reminded me of, and the reason why I wanted it, was the 1 in 100 by David Finch when he did Wonder Woman. And that book goes for $400 to $600, right? Graded at a 9.6, that book will command $500 easy. So I said, okay, I'll take the risk. The other book that I had in my queue, which was the Spider-Woman number 7 by Susan Birch, I had that in my queue to buy, but as I was going through the list to figure out which books I was going to buy and which ones I weren't, by the time I went to complete my transaction, someone had picked up the last copy, and Midtown told me that book is no longer available. That is a flaw, I think, of the Midtown website's app, as well as their actual internet website, is that if someone puts a book in their queue, in my humble opinion, it should be pulled as a possible purchase until that customer logs off, completes their sale, and does not buy that book by returning it. It'd be like in the store. If you put a book in your hand, no one else should be able to buy that book unless you decide to turn around and put it back on the shelf. So when the Susan Birchman book, when I went to check out, it says no longer available. I was hot. But Midtown, what can you do to them? You can't say anything to them. So that's the good and bad of Midtown. But I'm glad I got those 2 books. Next book I want to show is kind of a hot book alert. I really, really like this book. Stray Dogs number 1. This is the obvious Silence of the Lamb movie poster homage. The reason why I like this book, I read this book. It's a quick read. And the concept of the story is awesome. Great story. And it's well written. It's about dogs. Dogs are loved. I could see this book being a movie like Into the Spider-Verse and doing very well like that. We'll see. I'm looking for more copies. This copy cover B sold out. There are a few store exclusives. There's a Blair Witch horror movie homage that is pretty pricey. I'm trying to find some more copies of this because I think this book is a great concept book. And if 2 and 3 are as well written as this one, then I could see that going up in value. So that's the book that I'm kind of high on right now. All right. Let's see what else came out last week. Abbott #2. The Raoul Allen variant cover B. Now, I found this book for cover price, which I'm surprised. I'm surprised with a couple of things. Number one, I'm surprised I found this for cover price. I've been looking for it. I had this book. I have several copies of this book. But I'm always surprised when Batman, which is the highest printed monthly title, number 86. This book, there's over 100,000 copies printed every month of Batman. Cover A, cover B. And cover A is a $20 book. Easy. Every day, quick sale, $20. And that's because it's the first appearance of Mr. Teeth. So, to find that for cover price, I think it's kind of a stealth buy. Or a scout buy, whichever. I thought that's a nice pickup. I found another book also in the same area. Let me see if I can find it. I had it here. Whoa, shucks. Lost the light. Technical difficulties. Luckily, no comics damaged. That's what the main thing, the most important thing, right? Not gonna stay. Yeah, I'm not gonna find that book. If I find it, I'll show it in the next video. So we'll leave it at that. I don't want to test my luck on damaging my book. So anyway, let's move on. So there we have. This is again first appearance of Mr. Teeth. $20 book all day long, which I'm still surprised for, given the print run of this book. So the last two books I'm going to leave you with are my very first ever Facebook purchases. So I saw this listing on eBay. And, when I looked at the images, it did look pretty crisp. It was a crisp looking book. It was listed for $20. And I love the way Dark Horse used to do these Virgin variants. They weren't even variants, really. This was just a cover. Barbed Wire #7 by Adam Hughes. Low print run. Gorgeous cover. Worth $20 every day. But the guy had another comic on his... anytime I buy a book to try to save on postage, I always like to see what else he might have that I might want. It was a buy it now or best offer. And so, I emailed the guy and said, hey, would you be willing to combine two books and then combine the postage and, give me a deal? And so the other book he had was JSA #1, second print, sketch variant by Adam Hughes. And that was in a 9.8. So I asked the guy, emailed him, he said, yeah, sure. He couldn't figure out how to do a combined postage, buy it now, one offer for it on eBay. He said he hadn't sold a lot on eBay. And so I debated about that. I'm always leery of buying books from people that haven't sold at least a couple of $100. But obviously they got to start somewhere. So I said, hey, would you take $90 for both books and combine the shipping? And he said, he countered with roughly what I'd asked for was $80 for both of the books, combined the shipping, which would have been his initial shipping cost was like, I think it was combined. It was like 100. It had been $100, basically $100, and he countered with, "Hey, if you pay me 100 and go through Facebook, then I will sell you both combined with combined shipping for your total cost being $100." So I got both of these books for $100 shipped, which for 9.8 of JSA, that's a reasonable price. I was more happy with this book because this is a hard book to find, even on eBay, in that condition. And so I said, okay, deal. So I made the transaction with him through Facebook, and I was pleasantly surprised at how well this came. Now, I will say that he shipped it like this. He shipped the book with just this. This book was taped to a bag on top of the CGC case, and then he just put it in a priority. I don't know what material you call that, Kevlar material or Teflon material envelope with no padding, no no packaging material, no box. He just mailed it like that. Even though I had texted him and say, "Hey, you're mailing it in a box, right?" He didn't reply. He just stuck it in an envelope. I was concerned that this would have been cracked, but it wasn't. It was well taken care of, and it came in one piece. And so, hey, it is what it is. And I gave him positive. Well, there was no positive feedback because I bought it from Facebook. So that was my first Facebook purchase. All right. Well, we're at 22 minutes. You know what? I think I'm going to end it there with that beautiful Adam Hughes cover. Or maybe I should put the Joker up there because that's kind of a more ominous visual there. I love that. I love that right there. So I guess that's my haul. Peace out.